Alright, I'm gonna restart again. See if I can actually get through what I wanted to say on this. A buddy of mine ordered some leather, had it shipped directly to me from Rocky Mountain Leather. They definitely did a much better job of packaging this time. I'm very happy about it. This leather has been scaled down to 1 millimeter. They did a fantastic job. Their machine is very clean. I really like it. What this is La Perla Azzurra. It's an Italian tannery. This stuff, it has a great, very soft, supple feeling. It's actually toolable if you do it just right. I have done it. I have a few items tooled into this material, not just stamped, tooled into it with a swivel knife. And it looks just fine. I got an update from the customer not too long ago. He said it's still holding strong. The tooling is not fading at all, and I'm very pleased by that. It's beautiful stuff. This is a piece of 12 by 24 inch in the stone color. It comes in 4.5 ounce. We had it split down to 2.5 ounce or 1 millimeter. It's really clean stuff. It's very soft. Feels great. Has a little bit of stretch to it, which is awesome. I love it. Our splitter leaves no scarring on the back. It's absolutely great. I really do enjoy getting stuff from them, except for one minor thing. Their edges are always a little wiggly. I have a feeling they cut these by hand. I don't think they have any kind of machine that lasers them out or cuts them out for them. But I think to compensate for that, they always do cut it about an eighth of an inch bigger in both directions, which is great for me too, because I can deal with that. You can always trim it down just a smidge. I have made so much out of this, all for the same guy. He just loves it so much. We have a journal. I have a lighter cover. That was just for fun. I've made a key fob with it. 2 different wallets, a card wallet, and then a folding wallet that holds a field notebook. It's absolutely excellent. I really enjoyed making that for him. That wallet is actually the one that has his family crest tooled into it, and it's holding it just right. You can find those on my feed. I did leave them up. They're not deleted. But this is, another backup piece. He got this just because he wants to make sure we have enough of it. He loves having a pretty steady supply. I store his leather, and he calls me up and says, "Hey, I want this made out of that." And I say, "You got it." And I already have the stuff on hand for him. I have a single shoulder up there that I've cut quite a few projects off of for him. I've made a bookmark for him. Some key minders, or these straps that hook to your keys. It has a little clamp on it. There's a couple other things. I can't remember all of it. It really was a lot. I actually have a binder that I lost. I call it the Casey notebook, or the Casey logbook. I'm sorry. And what started us on this path of getting this one that's been split down pretty good was this. This is going to be a pen roll. A lot like a tool roll, but very specific for pens. He has quite a few really nice, really gorgeous pens, and he scratches them. It makes him crazy. Which I understand. You pay, $100 for a pen. You want it to look good as long as you can. So this is my little template for the pen roll design that I came up with for his shorter pens, and then for his longer pens, a little area on the side that he can lay them while he has it rolled out. It'll be rolled from this side, go over here, and then it will have a strap that will match the color. That's not what this piece was for. We had forgotten a while back, probably 6 months ago, 8 months ago, that we had already purchased another little piece. You see the texture of it does change a little bit over time with the different hides and stuff. This hide, the marbling on it is a little bit more dense, a little smaller, so it gives it a little bit more of a shiny and smooth look to it. Same machine cut this one, they cut the big one. This is a is it 9x16? Yeah, 9x16, and this was the size of that. So we're thinking, okay, what are we gonna put on the other side? So he and I got onto a website together, both logged in under the same name so we could throw ideas into the shopping cart, and he is actually the one that found this one. This is called Consera Welper Delario Vegetan. This is the natural color. This stuff is pretty nice. It's got like a basketball or a football feel to it, that kind of pigskin pull-up kind of feeling. Or not pull-up, you know what I'm saying. The marbling of it is gorgeous. The darker dots is just awesome. There isn't a scar on this anything. This thing's absolutely perfect. I love it. It was split down to 1mm. Absolutely no scarring on the back. It's absolutely gorgeous. So what my plan is, I'm gonna have this be the inside. You know, and he and I still have to discuss a few more small details. But this will be the inside of the roll, the pattern. I'll make a strap out of this at the top end of this piece, the length of it. And the camo will be the outside. So when it's rolled up, camo is exposed. When it's open, this gorgeous natural Delario will be on the exposure. Now, in my pattern, well, this dead zone right here, this is going to be cut out of this. It won't be in there. That will be to the color of the green on the back, on the flesh side of the camo. So I have some ideas for that. I have an idea of putting in another material of some sort, maybe a canvas. It'll sandwich in between the two pieces and glued down nicely, you know, in a way that doesn't alter the way it feels. Any other fabric that I can think of, I just can't think of the name of them right now. I have some in mind, but I can't remember what they're called. And then have the strap actually stitched right into it so it can't come off. So the strap will, you know, it'll run out. I think it'll look really nice. Now, the buckling of the strap, I haven't decided yet how I should do that. I was kind of thinking of making it a friction strap. And people call friction straps different things. I've talked to a few people that do the same style that I'm thinking of, and they call them lazy straps. I call them friction straps because you go around the item a couple times, then you take the end and you put it through the loops that are already around the item, and you just kind of tug it a little tight. You know what I mean? But, you know, I think a nice shiny buckle, something chrome, or stainless steel, or maybe even a silver if I can find one, of what I feel would be appropriate for it would be nice. But this stuff is quite firm. It's not firm, like you can't maneuver it at all. It has a tiny bit of stretch still, just a little, not a lot. Definitely less than the camo, but it's still good. They complement each other when you hold them up against each other and you give them a little tug and a little twist. They feel good. You know, it's not something I'm worried about. It feels really nice in the hands. I even take my ring off just to make sure I don't scratch it, because that would be like the last day I breathe if I did that. Not because I'm scared of Casey, which I am. Joking, Casey. But, you know, it'd be fun. Hey there, how you doing? Wait. Just having some fun here. Talking about my options on this project I got going. And my idea was I have the smaller piece. It is right here. That's my smaller piece, but I think inflating the overall size of my pattern here might be an option, making it 1 inch bigger in both directions. Giving myself a little bit more room to play and get the edges nice and straight. So, but in order to do that, instead of using a smaller piece, I would have to use the bigger piece. I don't really want to do that. I want to save that for something. It feels like I should, you know what I mean? But, I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous stuff. I love this stuff. Let me show you the grain one more, this top finish one more time. This is just gorgeous. It's an Italian leather. Came from the same city that the La Perla, the camo brand, came from. Really nice stuff. I love it. So I can hand stitch every bit of it, but in the way that I hand stitch, the thread would have to be all the same color on both front and back, and I don't really want to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a matching tan that matches that. I'm going to stitch it on my machine over here, my hand machine, my crank, my Chinese shoe patching machine. By the way, if you have one or you're interested in watching how people use them, I moderate a group on Facebook, the Chinese Shoe Patching Machine. It's a great group, a lot of good people, very smart people that put me to shame with the machine by far. I'll get there. It's kind of funny how I end up moderating people that are better than me. But yeah, that's my haul for today. If you want to see some of the particulars on the branding of the leather, there's the name. There's the names of the leather. This top one is the camo. The bottom one is the Delario. There's the prices right there. And it's not bad. I mean, if I were to make this into a few different items, I could definitely make my money back on that. Good stuff. Well worth the price. Yeah. So the trick now is to decide what color of thread to put on the inside. I definitely have some options. I don't know if I want to go for a lighter colored thread than this or darker. Do I want to go a shade or two darker than this tan? This is a very natural color. This is raw. Or do I want to go lighter? Get some good light on that. It's hard to do. It feels good. It feels a lot like a basketball or a football, but still softer, if you know what I mean. It's good stuff. Really enjoy holding it. It's going to be fun to work with. So there we go. I think I'm going to be done with the night. Oh, and for anybody that's interested, if anybody even watches this, I guess, this sheath belongs to this knife. Let me stop hovering this sharp object. Go over there. Stay there. This knife is made by my buddy Carb Customs up out of Idaho. Now, a few weeks back, I think around Christmas, his sister's hair salon got robbed. It got cleaned out from what I saw in the pictures, the description. So he made this knife. He's a blacksmith. Carb Customs, look him up. Gorgeous stuff. He's going to be raffling this off. He sent it to me to make a sheath for it. This is what I came up with. We got the Indian skull on there, a little bit of basket weaving. It's rough right now, but it's still very wet, and just my simple fingers are bringing up the fibers. I just got done profiling the edges a little while ago. I'm waiting for a tool so I can put a better groove in here for the stitching. It's going to end up being a fairly medium to dark brown with some dark antiquing on it to really pop it out. But he's going to be doing the raffle, and it's a little nice little collaboration we're doing together. It'll be the first collaboration I've done like this, so it's going to be pretty cool. If you're interested, just follow me, follow him, and watch for the raffle to start. I'm not sure how much the tickets are for the raffle yet. We're still deciding on that. Well, he's deciding on that. Last time I talked to him, he said he was thinking about $10, but it could go up from there. And it's for a good cause, somebody in need, somebody help somebody out that has a bad luck going on right now. But just so you can see some more examples of his work. I'm a lefty, and I have a hard time seeing at the same time. My hands get in the way. My left hand gets in the way because I'm trained mentally to try to do things similar to a right-handed person, but using my left hand, I end up hiding what I'm seeing with my hand. I end up turning papers to the side so I can see, and that's not good. So I had him make me this blade. This is a lefty blade. Check out the angle of the bevel on the knife. It's to the left side. A traditional knife will primarily be on the right side. Similar to this thing. See the cutout right here? So a right-handed person has a better grip on it. If I put it in my left hand, that puts the bevel on the wrong side, and it just makes it a lot harder for me. It's just me. I'm sure there are other people that have mastered it and not had a problem, but that's how I do it. He put some really gorgeous copper scales on there, pinned it with copper, put my name on there. Awesome little tool. I cut this entire piece out with this thing, and it was very quick. It's insanely sharp. I can't tell you how happy I am to have this thing. It's a huge help for me. Absolutely excellent. And some of his other works, they're pretty cool too. I'm going to be making a couple of sheaths for these too. This is one that he made for me to give to my dad. It's an awesome blade. I shaved with a little bit. It makes the hairs just shoot right off your skin. It's great. Little tiny guy, about 2.5 inches. Feels good in the hands. It'd be great for getting up inside those animals, I'll tell you what. And then these are the two I'm going to be making sheaths for to send back to him. These are going to go into his stock. I already forgot what kind of wood this was. Great. He just told me to. Sorry, Carb. My brain doesn't work that way. But this is fun. This is a fun little feeling blade. I played around with it. I cut a few things with it. It feels great in the hand. Holds on nice and tight. It's awesome. And then almost identical without the polish. I don't know if he's planning on putting a polish on this later on, or if that's how he feels like he's going to leave it, but it is sharp. It is sharp as shit. Got a good little handle on it, good colors. I should just turn that light on, that might help. It feels good. These are good feeling blades. Like you could easily hide this in your palm if you had to. You know, somebody could tell you had something in your hand, but they can't see what it is. It's a great little tool. But yeah, that's what I got going this week. I'm gonna get a bunch of work done this weekend if I can. Look at that fucking finish on there. That polish is perfect. I love it. Looks fantastic. Look, you can probably see yourself in there. See what I mean? And, I'm back onto. I'm making a couple of folders. I made this for a cousin, but it ended up being way darker than I wanted it to be. The oil just saturated. I just easily put too much on there. So I'll probably finish it up since my initials are BW. I'll finish it anyways and give it to myself, and then I'll make him another one, I think. It's just going to be a little card folder. It lightens up in the curve, but still, it's pretty dark. Might let it sit for a couple extra days, see if it'll lighten up a little bit more. So, yeah, that's what I got. Casey projects, carb projects, cousin projects. Hopefully, I can have all this cleared out by the weekend. Hit me up if you need anything. I'm always open for ideas. And if anybody needs any help understanding anything, or if you need any help trying to figure out something in your own leather work, let me know. I'm always open. Have a good day or good night, whatever time it is wherever you are. Later.